The question is, should I buy a foreclosure property that still is occupied? Unfortunately, it's a little too late to ask that question. I'm making this video. It's been 3 years after first starting this process. I found a pretty cool lot in town where I live and work, and it just looked like a very big lot. It looked like just a nice area that I wanted to be in, and it was going to be on the auction, and it had a lot of issues, and it had multiple liens on the property here in the state of Washington. So I was just kind of, I decided I was just going to pursue it. Let's just, figure it out as I go. So this is if you're watching this, you're probably interested in maybe a foreclosure, or interested in, what it's like to evict somebody, perhaps. There is obviously eviction attorneys that could cost you anywhere. Probably the minimum is going to be around $1,000. They might advertise less for like $600 or $700, but before you know it, you have it'll essentially add up. And I think mine costed me closer to $3,000. Took about 60 days. I'm just gonna go over some really cool things. There's this $50 eviction packet where you don't need an eviction attorney. I bought it, but I was a bit overwhelmed because it was my first rodeo. I felt like I was losing time. I felt like I only started doing research after I bought the property off of the courthouse steps. And I spoke to the original owner on multiple occasions, and I knew from the start that she has paranoid schizophrenia. I knew that she has delusions. I knew from multiple interactions that she thought I was somebody in her past, and all right off the bat, like it was kind of a complicated conversation on multiple occasions where I was like essentially telling her like, hey, this house is going to be on auction again on this date. I'm going to be bidding on it. You will lose your right to ownership. You probably need to start planning ahead, or at least, legally pursue your right to stay in your home. And she did that for many years, 4 years of not paying taxes, cashing out the insurance claim after the fire that was investigated, and there was multiple things. It's actually a really sad story. People who evict other people are not evil. It's just the fact that there really isn't a safety net for a lot of people, and as soon as just things start to boil over and issues, mental health, pretty soon people become more isolated. They feel they distance themselves from the loved ones, and then those loved ones can't be there for them to kind of figure things out, help them along the way, and so unfortunately it led to all this. That's kind of an introduction into me purchasing this half-acre property and pretty much wanting to remodel it. Didn't exactly go that way, but you'll see in the other clips some of them make this video, and you'll see. But anyways, I bought this packet. Packet is a big fat bunch of pages. I think a lot of states actually have this. Right off the bat, there's a flow sheet of like, if you do a 3-day notice, or if they fail to pay rent. So if you become the legal owner, you can't just storm the place. Some people probably do. Some people, will threaten. Some people will offer, cash for keys. But the negotiation for that has to be like, you have to know what you're doing, because there is every single time I came and I spoke to the person who originally owned the house after I bought it, and the squatting couple, so there was three people, it seemed as though like any deals, any conversation had before, it was kind of like, no, that was then, this is now, what can you do for us now? We're in this terrible situation. Negotiation doesn't work. There is no honor of any previous conversation. There's no, it's pretty much, I wish I had every single conversation recorded, because right off the bat, like initially, you're trying to be thoughtful, you're trying to be considerate, you're trying to even offer to help move some of their things, you're trying to figure out, what kind of community resources are available for the homeless. I definitely wanted to kind of make this transition as peaceful as possible. It's kind of a Christian ethic, to be a peacekeeper and not do more wrong in the world. But anyhow, I followed all the legal avenues. I tried to be really nice, and I tried to be kind, and I tried to, kind of, and maybe you won't get that impression from the videos that I have, because that's just literally 2 conversations and then pictures. But anyways, there was multiple attempts for me to try to coordinate and be like, hey, I'm not offering cash for keys, but if I start this eviction process, it will be a legal judgment against your name. It will take, it's unfortunately, a lot of times people don't have much to lose. If they don't have much to lose, they're just going to stay in the place until they get legally evicted. And so, you do the 3-day notice. Then this has a step-by-step. You essentially, you file this, you have the court, ultimately leading all the way to a writ of restitution, leading to a judgment, leading to the sheriff being notified, leading to another 3 weeks of waiting after the court says legally sheriff should show up, but the sheriff's office is backed up with other evictions. So it's not a very easy process. Is it worth it? Yeah, I guess so. If you don't have too many other things on your plate, and if you're really, for me, this was a personal buy for my own, home, nest egg, the neighborhood, all that kind of thing. It was I was in it for the long haul. But if this was a flip, I could totally see how this could wear anybody down. Anyways, didn't want to show too much about the forms. I would say early on, or the first time you do this, you probably just need to hire an attorney. He's going to just essentially, follow the steps. He's going to try to be as, file everything as early as possible in order to not, have a week more here, week delay, and then perhaps your 45-day eviction could be, 2 or 3 months. Mine took 60 days, and the interactions you'll see in the video, it seemed as though I was like, let's go, you're out today. Those were literally multiple conversations that happened, and they knew every single time. They knew that, okay, if they don't move out by this time, they don't move out by this, and I didn't tell them you have 2 months. Hey, this is a matter of urgency. It needs to happen soon. You have to actually start doing necessary steps to get your things out of here. Anyways, let's probably, I covered the eviction process. I covered, it took 60 days. I'll play the clips and you'll see the interactions. I just want to reiterate the fact that every single time you're trying to make a deal, it's just not, it's not in your best interest to negotiate. It literally has to be cash for keys, and that's the only kind of power play that you can do to, save 2 or 3 months. Because if you think about that has significantly more cost than cash for keys for perhaps. But you have to give the keys, you have to do locksmith that day, you have to have no other entry into the house, and the other things. So I can see how if at my house, for example, that wouldn't be plausible because there was holes in the house as far as entry points, windows broken in, doors that didn't have deadbolts. It wasn't like a house that you could easily, lock and keep people out. Just, there was a hole in the roof from a fire. Anyways, I'm going to cut this video right here and then play the rest of the eviction process.
is Vitaly Silikov, and I am pulled up to the address 110 Northeast 96th Street, and I'm going to issue the current occupant of the home the 20-day notice to terminate tenancy RCW 59.12.030-2 to Christina M. Andrews, and she is on the premises, and so far has not had any willingness to leave. And so here's the document. Notice to terminate. I'm gonna go give this to her. Hey, Krista. We'll try the house, although she says that she has not been staying there. She's been staying inside the shed. It's just impractical. Nope. So I spoke to the sheriff, and they are not going to come by today. And
she's on panic attack right now. She's just fucking freaking out, freaking anxiety and everything.
This is the notice.
Right.
So pretty much it includes all occupants. On the 23rd is, so as far as legal standing, on the 23rd the sheriff will come and arrest anybody on the site.
Okay.
It doesn't, all the belongings here, this is all going to be either put into storage or mostly, I don't.
So you're gonna give me a couple days, then I can get
the 20. I'm just letting you know that the 24th. That's when the sheriff will come, and he has the right from the court to arrest anybody and everybody.
Oh, thank you
So I'm
much,
just
sir.
letting you know that that's the case. I don't know what agreement the sheriff had or what reasons he has to move you guys out at 1 p.m.
was
today.
because-
That wasn't me. That wasn't me. I had nothing to do with that.
Okay.
My deal is with Christina and any and all residents because I have a legal right to possess this property on
Yes,
the
sir. I
24th.
understand you bought it,
So
yeah.
that's
I get it.
where this stands. I'm trying to be
I
as
appreciate it, man.
reasonable as
It's-
possible. Find a way to make a little bit of money and store this stuff.
That's
You
what
know,
I'm
it's
trying
valuable. I know it's valuable to you guys, so don't let it go to trash. And you don't want a legal judgment against you
No,
guys,
sir, I don't.
because that's another cost to you. And then who knows?
Yeah, I don't want I don't want the problem with the cops and everything, and
Yeah.
I've tried to get the cops to arrest that crazy bitch because she's.
Were you in a relationship with her?
No, that's the thing. She wanted
Okay.
she wanted me to, you
Yeah.
know, and I'm with my girlfriend, and I was like.
And I didn't
she-
get your guys' names.
Oh, mine, Andrew Martin,
Andrew Martin.
and that's Darcy Abbott.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I-
her, that's Christina Andrews, whatever.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
she conned me into coming here, and she said she owned the house. She wanted me to fix the roof.
Yeah.
And so it was wintertime. It was snowing. I came over here. She bought a tarp. We just kind of like, patched it, put a Band-Aid on the roof.
Yeah.
And I did that, and then the tarp ripped and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's dry here, but not there, right?
Yeah, well, it's been dry. All through
Can
the
I
shoot.
see?
Yeah, come on in. I mean, I keep mopping the floors up because it is really nice hardwood floors.
Yeah.
But it's got so much
So
black mold.
there's
over
no
here,
there's no insulation. Well, yeah, that's bad.
And
Is there any? Does it stay warm at all? Any part? Does that stay warm?
No, it doesn't stay warm. That's why we put bookshelves right there, because block the area right there, so it's kind of We used to have blankets up here to keep it warm in there, and we have a little kerosene heater
Yeah.
that heated it up in here.
Let's see what the stairs. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, we put that there so some people, yeah, you see it dripping right in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
The majority of it.
Where's the stairs to the basement?
Oh, down here. Watch your step here and stuff. I mean, if you try
Quite a bit of water here.
yeah, it's you step right here.
Does it? Do you know? Was it always wet? Was it wet in the summer too?
I've never been here in summer. I came here like 5 months ago.
Yeah. To see what company she bought them with. Simonton. Yeah.
I mean, I think this might have been the garage part right here.
Because it looked like.
You can't twist, you just gotta pull it straight out.
Oh.
This,
I mean, it's got a footing. It's got a footing, so that's. I mean.
well,
Yeah.
I think there was a garage right here. I believe that's where her car
Yeah,
caught
those
on
two
fire,
cars.
and she put it in gear and it went through the house or something. That's why.
Well, she. I mean, she had to be.
She
It
told
wasn't.
me she.
It wasn't like a drug-related fire, was
No,
it?
she said she tried to fake her death. That's what she said. That's what she told me. We tried to fake her death, and she figured if she that way. I don't know what her reason was.
Yeah.
behind it, but
Yeah.
She was out there.
Was this her trying to do this fix? Or was this another company?
I had tarpo. Oh, she did some work. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. She did this. She put this in.
Yeah.
Herself, the header. She did that.
Her opportunities.
The pipes froze this winter,
Yeah.
and she shut this one off right here. So it's got fucking yuck in it. She shut the pipes off down there. Well, when she did that, it froze, busted this one on the other side. I had a tent here most of the winter time. I was right here at my tent, and pipe busted up there, and it went through the wall,
Yeah.
and soaked me out. That's why I got out of that room. But you see here, the pipe busted right somewhere in here. It was leaking. It was coming down the ceiling.
Yeah. I gotta tear out all the pipes.
You have running water here. But
No electrical, right?
no electrical.
Well, I mean, and there's no way to go up there.
Yeah, you can go up there. I mean, I'll take it down.
So you know that you guys have a little bit more time.
All right.
I don't want her to feel like crap because it's not what I'm trying to do. Was that like the original entry door?
Yeah, this was original door. That's a hidden spot. The door, this thing pulls out. We have a few more days. I could put a nail through her, I guess.
All right, Andrew. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate
Yeah.
your time.
If you need to get a hold of my attorney, there's the phone number on that sheet.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, it's you know, I didn't have nowhere to go, and that's what, you know, and she wanted me to do some work on the house, and I agreed to
Yeah.
come here.
As far as I understand, she's not one to make deals with, so she's not gonna honor anything.
No.
So don't put yourself in a position where you have to trust her any more times.
Oh, I ain't trusting her about if she whacked her with a golf club.
So
That was the end of the trust thing.
okay,
Thank you,
Andrew.
sir. What was your first name?
Vitali.
Callie?
Vitali.
Ventali.
Vitali.
Vitaly.
Vitali Silikov.
Nice meeting
Yeah.
you, sir.
All right. Thank you. Bye bye. I'm posting notices, and you're supposed to be evicting by 1 o'clock today. When are you guys moving out?
Hey, we're trying to get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, but the college kid, are you the owner?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, sir, I'm Andrew. Nice to meet you,
Nice
sir.
to meet you.
The new owner?
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. If you don't mind, if we could just kind of tell you
I
this.
can't extend the time.
No.
Yeah.
There's a concerning situation though.
Absolutely.
No, it's not us here. It's honestly because we've been actually cleaning this place up. You should have seen it before. It was really bad. Okay. We have been here 5 months. We were under the impression this woman is the original owner,
Yeah.
and
She's not allowed to rent it.
I've done some homework. I know she's not,
We didn't know.
but we're
So,
we're being put in a really bad situation. We literally don't have anywhere to go.
Okay.
Okay, this was short notice. We're trying to find
4
them.
hour notice, basically.
And
If you guys have
But-
been in contact with Christina, you know.
no, this woman took a 9-iron to my face, insisting that this is her house. Attacked me in this
That's
house.
a week ago. She hit her with a golf club.
Pushed me down the stairs, chased me out of this house when I've been here for 5 months. She's also responsible for knocking the chimney, trying to destroy the infrastructure of the house, and bring it down on us. I also have a child and a sister missing. There are writings on the walls that the cops are going to come in here and they're going to investigate them. It might complicate things. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
Because this woman talks about chopping up people, putting them under house. Well, I was kidnapped and taken to 2 weeks ago, and my hair was taken.
So, anyways, I'm just putting up signs.
I understand.
And the police have given you guys
Yes,
their notice.
Right.
I
24 hours.
Yeah, I can't.
It wasn't even 24 hours, but we have somebody, we're by foot. We have to walk across town and go get, you just woke us up, obviously, we've been going through hell.
Yeah.
But,
I have somebody that will help me today. He says right around 12 o'clock or so.
Do you guys have a place where you're going?
Uh,
Where are you guys going to take your stuff?
we don't know. We're up against the wall.
I really don't know.
So I was gonna ask if there's any way that we can be given at least, so we're gonna talk to the fire department as well, because this house was intentionally burned in, which complicates things also for you.
Yeah.
I'm not trying
So,
to complicate them for you.
I'm just letting you guys know.
Right.
I'm putting up signs.
Yes, sir.
And the police are doing their own thing. I'm not stopping them from doing anything.
They
The
said they
signs
were
are gonna
waiting
be
for
up.
you
The
to
signs are
say
gonna be-
signal.
The signs are going to be up. I'm giving Christina essentially by the end of the week in order to get her belongings out of the shed. So
Why did you give her till the end of the week? We got to be out in 24 hours.
This is the woman that has done all the destruction. This is the woman that you need to look for. We have a friend that did a two-phase loan on this house, tried to. $8,000 in, she assaulted him and kicked him off the property. She's torn all your wiring out, all the drywall out, all the damage to this house
oh yeah, lots
has
of
been
damage.
done by
What are
this
you going to do?
woman.
Donate it to this house? Is that
What's that?
part?
It's
Cops?
going to be completely knocked down. And
Yeah.
built up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great piece of property. It's quiet.
So, not going to be disrupting you guys' day.
No.
I let you guys. I'm not necessarily giving you a date or a time. So you need to get your
So
stuff.
should this woman, you know, she told us,
You need to get
she's manipulated us now.
Oh.
Cause she brought you up last week. You know, she likes to drop the little hints and breadcrumbs.
So
Like,
I
oh,
would-
I have winter burglaries every year. We were burglarized here.
I would try to reach out to who you guys know and see.
I don't. I'm not from here.
So
I was put out on the streets by a judge out here because I
Yeah.
complained about black
So,
mold.
I'm going to try to get out of here
children.
today, sir.
Yeah, but Christine has been given a week.
I don't get why she gets.
She's not going to because she's going to be in jail.
I got
she will be in jail, and you guys. I mean, I like I said, the police have their own reasons to move people out of. No one should be residing in this building whatsoever, based on the Clark County Code. Frankly, if they're going to enforce it, they would have enforced it a long time ago. So now that I'm the new owner, there's a little bit more pressure. Is what
She's not disabled, I am.
Okay, so just letting you guys know there's going to be a sign here, there's going to be a
Yes, sir,
sign
yes,
there,
sir,
and
yes, sir.
Christina's in the know. Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah.
That's a wrap for my video. I hope you at least were entertained and saw about kind of what the process looks like generally. It will vary state to state. If you have questions, if this video was not helpful and you still have questions, leave a comment. Maybe I'll make a follow-up video explaining other things in detail. Obviously, it's a very brief overview of what interactions look like, and kind of it's supposed to build confidence if you were to like look for a foreclosure and it's occupied, which most of them will be occupied. And yeah, so anyways, I would do this again, given another opportunity, and I learned a lot from it. It wasn't without headaches. My situation wasn't very simple. This eviction wasn't very simple. I had pretty much both the owner and the squatting couple, all of them had some kind of, very manipulative and clinically diagnosed with schizophrenia, and the other one had like pretty severe anxiety attacks. Like she was not in her right mind half the time that I came over, because she was like in a panic and yelling and just crying and pretty hysterical. But something else I left out was like when you do buy something through a foreclosure, for example, in the state of Washington, when a bank forecloses on a piece of property, it will it's foreclosing on that one whatever on that property. The liens that could be from like contractors, could be a second mortgage, could be whatever utility company. Most of those liens just get eliminated, and they don't just hang out because once something's foreclosed on, it's foreclosed on the primary loan. Everything else doesn't just hang around, it gets eliminated completely. The only thing that exceptions are utility companies and like community development / code compliance / other fees from the like state level, if they were like billing for like fines. But you have to ahead of time speak to them and say, hey, I'm about to buy some property, and there's like, for example, my property had $101,000 in code compliance because 4 years of just filth on the property, and they were literally trying desperately to have them clean the property up, etc., etc. There was a lot of code compliance, a lot of violations, and so I needed to essentially speak to the city, and I got that eliminated down to like paperwork fees. It still costed me a couple $1,000s, but just letting you know that that's something. Due diligence, which this is what you're watching right now, is not due diligence. It's kind of like helpful information. Maybe it gives you some confidence. Maybe it gives you some idea of what foreclosure and an eviction will look like. But due diligence is going to your city and or county, looking at titles, looking at who's on the title, looking at liens, hiring a title company to do a title search. Who might have legal right to this property? Was there a marriage? Was there a divorce? Who were the names? What were the times? Just like that's due diligence. Obviously, finding out about utilities, finding out about things like that. So do your due diligence. This is just a helpful video. I hope you enjoyed it. Blessings and happy bidding, I guess, for anyone looking to buy. All right, bye.